Howdy folks, Don Bruce here with version 17 of Minecraft Transport Simulator. So, I figured I should make this video seeing as how there's going to be lots and lots of questions about the things we've changed in this version. Now, some of them are quite obvious, but quite a few of them just seem like game-breaking bugs, and such as the curse of updating Minecraft, be it a Minecraft mod, or be it Minecraft itself. Anyways, let's get started. One of the first things you will notice is when you get into a vehicle, the panel or heads-up display here looks a little different. We'll get to that guy in a moment. First things first is we have to start a vehicle. Now, lots of you are familiar with the panel. You press the U key to get into it. Lovely. Many of you will probably right off notice that we don't have ugly redstone anymore. We actually have icons and all sorts of other fun things. These are courtesy of Oofarine, who has graciously given us these nice pretty textures instead of redstone. So, how do you start a vehicle? Well, there's an engine dial here. This is off, this is on, this is start. Note that the side of the dial you click on determines where it goes. So if you click on, off, on, start, start, off, on, off. Fun stuff. Same thing, you have a trailer here, and of course it says no trailers were found within 2 blocks of the hitch because there were none. So if I was to go get a vehicle with a trailer, I don't know, let's go pick a random one. Where's a truck? There, not a truck, but let's see if this works. Probably won't. But we shall find out. You know what? Here, easier. Just wrench this guy and place him down twice. Have a tow truck, tow a tow truck. It's like towception. Anywho, so if you were to press that button, and of course this tow truck is too far away, so let's move him up a little bit. Actually have to get him near the hitch, that would be helpful. There we go, and of course you have bouncy tow trucks because such is life. But as you can see now, your little hitch icon has changed, and you now have a trailer number 1. So you could tow that trailer, or you could disconnect that trailer, and fun stuff. Anyways, let's get rid of this tow truck. We don't need 2 of them. So that's some of the basic updates to the heads-up display. So you have that, you have your engine, turn signal, all that other stuff. So turn signals got changed a little bit too. So again, let's go take this vehicle out for a drive. Come on, there we are. So if you go and turn, which, let's go do that now. There we are. So if you go and turn, the turn signal comes on. And then whenever you stop turning, it will eventually go off. Click, there you go. So if you turn a little bit, it won't come on. But if you turn a little more, sometimes it does. It all depends on how much you turn. So if you go and like swing way to the left, there you go. Now another thing that you may or may not be noticing right now is that my camera is perfectly following the vehicle. Another thing you may probably not aware of is the fact that I do not have a joystick. Right now I'm using a mouse yoke config. So, and if I go and hit my P key to my config screen, mouse yoke. Fun, fun, fun. So you do not have to use keyboards if you don't want to. I actually went and redid the mouse yoke this time, so less pain and stuff. The other thing you might notice is you have some more configs here for rendering HUD in first person, rendering the HUD in third person, full HUD in third person, transparent third person, all this other fun stuff. So, because this vehicle has no instruments, we will not use it for this demonstration. Go away. And let us go find another vehicle. Let's go to the official content pack. That's always a good one because we always know it's going to be updated for some odd reason. Let's go grab ourselves a Scout. Okay. And wheels. Can't have a vehicle without wheels. Well, I suppose you could. Just another way. So wheels, wheels, wheels. We've got that. We've got our engine. And need seats. Can't sit anything without a seat. Okay, so you go right click. You will notice the instrument GUI is very different. So basically this way you have main instruments and you have a control panel. Control panels for other vehicles. So if you go to your main instruments, you basically select an instrument slot down here that gets lit up, and then pick an instrument to put. So let's go with the speedometer, and the only good fashion for Minecraft is blocks per second, none of this weird kilometers per hour stuff. And let's see, what else we need? Tachometer is probably good. Other thing we could have is the U&U parts will have some new gauges. I may not show that off. Well, why not? Let's go find something fancy. Tachometer. There's got to be a multi-gauge in here somewhere, right? Where's the fun multi-gauge? Multi-gauge. There we are, multi-gauge. It's a tachometer. It's a multi-gauge. It's something. So, anyways, these will come in when during the U&U update. And I think that's good enough for the moment. So, let's go into this panel. And again, you have this guy here. You can turn your lights on. As you notice, this goes one click because it basically would go from off, running lights, headlights, but because this vehicle does not have any running lights, you just go straight to headlights. Again, engines can be started, so that's start, off, on, start, etc. In addition to having the turn signals come on automatic, you can also have them come on manually should you click them here. Fun stuff. The one thing I should mention about Mouse Yoke 2 is if you hit the cam lock key, it will lock your camera into that position. So, there we are. So if you go this way and you just go left and right, of course your camera's locked. You can hit the cam lock key to unlock it and then lock it again. So unlike Flans, if you want to say make your camera go above the vehicle where you can see better, I'm talking about you, dang Grand Theft Auto, you can actually do so. And that's a fence. Okay, so that's not going to work. Go away. Apparently fences aren't easy to get through in any game. Alright, so that is basically vehicle instruments, but let's go look at plane instruments because these are easier to see. So let's go get a tri-motor because those are big and they are clearly not the hardest thing to fly and super easy to not crash. And, oh, to people who ask, well, that helicopter's when we get a model for them. Yes, that's it, model. Anywho, let's go on top of a roof. Well, maybe not. You know what? I bet I can take off right here. As long as I don't hit the, oh, that's glass. I can break through glass. Glass is easy. Try that. Come on. Come on. Let me place a plane. Get some large wheels. Can't have a plane without large wheels. And yeah, that glass is going to be a problem, isn't it? Go away, glass. Just have to make sure not to run into that when I take off. Anyways, so one thing that's special about vehicles now is not only do you have the new instruments, you also have default instruments. So, if you're a fan of the Ford Tri-Motor, you'll probably notice they have altimeters back here. So this altimeter actually comes stock with the Ford Tri-Motor now. Kind of nifty. Let's put a seat in, and oh yeah, I'm going to need some engines and some propellers. And there's a propeller. Engine, propeller, so much engine, so many propellers. Fun, 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 fun. Okay, so, ooh, and yes, let us, before we start this, put some instruments in. What is a vehicle without instruments? So, let's do an altitude indicator, airspeed. What else do we have here? Let's go with the altimeter. Definitely need to know how high we are. Lift reserve wouldn't hurt. And let's see, heading, gotta know where we're going. Some turn coordinators. Oh no, wait, turn coordinator goes here. That's the constant configuration. Vertical speed, fuel, not like we need that. Then the control panel for all those engines. I'll just put a hit the... Where's my temp gauge? Temp gauge, temp gauge, temp gauge, temp gauge. Where's my engine temperature? There it is. Alright, so I got that. Wouldn't hurt to throw an electrical instrument in there. Lovely. So, now I can demonstrate the new HUD. So right here, and for the moment, I will turn off mouse yoke. Well, I can leave it on. Okay, so right now I'm unlocked. Now this is my HUD. Go away, green holograms. So this is basically the small mode for the HUD. So if I go to my config, and I go to third person, so if false HUD vehicles are not rendered third person, that's false. So it won't render in third person, but it will still render in first person. So render HUD third person is false. We can say it's true. We can render the full HUD in third person, which will give you all the instruments to just clog up your view, which no one really wants. So I'm going to say let's render standard HUD in third person. You can make it transparent, which is awesome because that is exactly what we want. We don't want to have any stuff there. And maybe in first person, let's see, render it. Yeah, I might as well make the full HUD in first person. So there you go. So if you go into first person, you can see everything. Navigate via ILR. ILR? ILS? No. Yeah, I don't know. My brain's scrambled tonight, as you can probably tell. Anyways, let's start the plane up. So, again, nice fancy GUIs. So let's go turn the magneto on. As you can see, the starter turns green. And there we are. And let's put that parking brake on so we don't run into some glass. Start that engine. That engine. Turn on our navigation lights, which light up our all nice instruments all over. And might as well turn on the landing lights so we can make some semblance of seeing things. Okay, so for takeoff, I am not going to use mouse yoke because I'm not used to it. I am used to being a keyboard scrub, so I shall take off with a keyboard. Let's double check that our control, yeah, we got ailerons, elevator, rudder, lovely. So see if I can get to this side of the glass before I take off. Oh, yeah, I gotta put my lock mode on so my camera will move with me, because I'm not in zero mode. Let's see if I can make it over the glass. Or if I'm gonna... Well, I can break the glass, that'll work too. Or I can go on top of the glass. Either which one works. Just need to be on this side when I take off. Hopefully, we can dodge some buildings. Alright, closer, come on, pick up speed before I pull up. There we go, no, down, bad tri-motor. Alright, so I got plenty of lift, and I'll go into first person mode because it's easier to see. Well, I say that, but I'm flying into the pitch black here, so... And oh, that's not too bad. So yeah, standard flying, again, it's real easy to see what you're doing here. Here you have all the gauges you could possibly want. And you can also add trim here, so if I want to pitch down a little bit. Again, I probably should have put a trim gauge on there. That would have been easier to demonstrate. But now that I have a little bit of pitch down trim, I can increase my throttle some more. Pitching up again. And I don't think Minecraft is going to like this. Nope. Oh, it's not too bad. I only took off one little corner of the roof. Cool. And pick up some scraps. Doesn't hurt to get some iron and instruments out of that, and a tire. So, yeah, there's that. Again, you can fly with mouse yoke. It is not too bad, but I am not used to it, so I will not even make a poor attempt to try and show it off to y'all. So, anyways, there are those instruments are new. Also made a couple of tweaks. There is now a black seat in the official content pack. And more of the most important things is even if you have a vehicle pack that isn't compatible and isn't updated yet, you can still use things. I mean, so let's go put this. I can put this sedan down because I'm tired of being in tow trucks. So again, you can put a sedan down. Let's say you mix and match an updated pack like the content pack, or maybe you doesn't like official content pack tires. Okay, so apparently you can't use tires of a tire type. That's fine. Let's go find a... No, not a military, not a pack. There's parts of a pack. Let's go find ourselves a narrow. Vintage wheel, that better work. So there's that, and I bet you it won't take an official engine, will it? It probably won't. Nope, because it's new. Go away. Well, that'll work close enough. We'll take a seat. Okay, so at least the seats work and are cross-compatible. Lovely. So again, this pack of course hasn't been updated because all its instruments are over there. So again, you can put an instrument in there, and if your vehicle had instruments in it already, it will work. In fact, they show up just fine on the dash. It's just the instrument GUI that has a problem. But again, that's nothing really to worry about. Pack authors will eventually get around to updating their packs, and we shouldn't have any troubles. You can't put a V8 in there. Can I put a V6 in there? I mean, technically that would be an inline 8, but I don't think there's a inline 8 in here. So, oh, there is an i8. Oh, come on, that's vintage for the period. i6. Dang it, I know those. Can I at least put an i4 in there? I mean, shoot, the Model T had an i4 in it. Okay, at least that's something. So I can have my gutless sedan. So again, lights normally work. So you have running lights and then off. As you can see, there's no turn signals on this vehicle. It's old. What would you expect? So again, here, get out of the panel. And you can probably just ignore that instrument sitting there. So yes, you can see you can use a keyboard, or if you wanted to, you could use a mouse yoke. So true, and then mouse yoke just lets you make turns a little bit quicker, but you have to watch out. There's a little bit of a backlash there. So there's that, and then that, and oh no, stop. Okay, so brakes are not good either. Let's try that. Come on, back up. Dang it, I just want to park you in the parking space. How difficult is that? There we are. Also, lights, now if they're left on, won't drain your battery. As long as you don't leave the headlights on. You leave the headlights on, they will. You leave the turn signals on, they won't. So, also, that's awesome parking. Perfect for keeping yourself from getting dented, and it's not like we're taking up any other spots around here that are used. So, that's pretty much it as far as everything goes. You have a whole bunch of new instruments, a whole bunch of changes. There's a few other bug fixes here and there, mainly stuff to do with packs and other things, but not too much except just new instruments, a couple of changes. GMC Brigadier doesn't have windows on the inside. That's something. Barrels and crates now both work on the stake bed. That's also something, and that was totally on me. Couple more instruments you can have, which are awesomeness. And the whole new panel system, which I suspect some pack creators will probably be making their own panels, but for now everyone gets the same. Anyways, that has been enough blabbing from me. This is Don Bruce, signing off.